Good morning everyone, I'm Antonio Vitale, a PhD student in Teaching and Learning Science at University of Macerata. This work, in collaboration with Umberto Dello Iacono, aims to investigate the potential of social robots as an inclusive education technology to enhance mathematics learning. More specifically, we investigate the effectiveness of the social robot Pepper in engaging students in inclusive didactic activities through storytelling. Our focus is to integrate innovative artificial intelligence with universal design for learning principles. Every day, artificial intelligence is changing many fields of society, and educational settings are no exception. The development in educational context of artificial intelligence, known as artificial intelligence in education, has launched a lot of serious tools with the aim to analyze and improve static teaching learning processes. These tools have the characteristics to be effective, inclusive, and flexible. Nowadays, the integration of artificial intelligence in educational context is changing the teaching and learning process. Social robots can be considered a key part of this innovation because they can enhance human interaction to facilitate education. In our work, we use Pepper. It is able to read feelings, it can speak, it can interact with the user as naturally as possible. Pepper has the ability to propose a question and a personalized answer. Moreover, Pepper has a display for image and videos. For this reason, it's so important to understand how Pepper can relate with the students. It is important to understand what emotional factors come into play in the human-robot interaction and how Pepper can be integrated in the educational context. In this regard, pedagogy plays a crucial role in HAI. In fact, our aim is to design pedagogical sessions that are personalized, inclusive, and dynamic. The idea is to program Pepper to adapt to students' specific needs by offering personalized support through immediate situation and emotional feedback. In order to do this, it's so important to introduce the universal design for learning. UDL is an innovative educational framework having the main aim to address the specific needs for learnings. Social robots combined with the UDL principle have the potential to revolutionize education by providing the inclusive learning experience. Our work aims to analyze how the first principle of UDL, that of representation with artificial intelligence tools, can be integrated with the potential to create the dynamic and personalized session to promote increased student participation and engagement. Our research question is: to what extent is Pepper able to engage students in inclusive mathematics session? The activity involved 5 students, and we programmed Pepper with this characterized. The activity involved each student working one-to-one with Pepper, and there are 5 parts. In the first part, with this feedback, Pepper hands out welcome sentences and introduces itself. Then, with this feedback, Pepper begins to explain to the students the activity they are going to perform together. Our idea was to implement a mathematical session on the Pythagorean theorem as storytelling, with the support of a picture that the student can view on the tablet. We invented this story, and at this point a dynamic interaction with Pepper and the student begins. After that, Pepper told the story to the students. It asked to the students if the story is clear or not. In the first case, the activity starts, while in the second case, Pepper repeats the story. Now there is a conversation phase of the story. After this Pepper's feedback, Pepper out loud provides congratulatory feedback if the answer chosen by the students is correct. Instead, Pepper provides encouraging feedback by inviting the students to reformulate the answer. At this point, Pepper asks the students this question: In the case of difficulty by the students, Pepper proposes emotional feedback and start a session on those difficulties. Otherwise, Pepper starts a new session regarding the solution of the problem. Now, the implementation of the story can follow different paths. In the case of negative answer to this question, Pepper says, "Don't worry, I can help you," and a new narrative on the Pythagorean theorem starts with the support of the picture that the student can view on the tablet. Pepper focuses the attention on the statement of the Pythagorean theorem, the properties of triangle rectangle, and proposes a contextualized example of the application of the theorem. Thus, the student receives suggestions on how she can calculate the length of the ramp. If the student responds yes, Pepper offers congratulatory feedback, and Pepper invites the student to find the length of the ramp by giving the student as much time as necessary. In the case of the student gives the wrong answer, Pepper says, "Don't worry," and at this point the story implementation starts again from the step 1. If the solution communicated by the student is correct, Pepper provides a positive feedback by saying, "Yeah, you are brilliant. Can you communicate it to Federico?" After the student has given Pepper the correct information about the length of the ramp, on Pepper tablet appears the picture in which Federico is overjoyed to see his hour completed. Pepper proposes this congratulatory feedback to students, then Pepper says goodbye. Now there is a metacognitive questionnaire with the aim to lead the students to reflect on the entire activity. At the end of the session, the students do this questionnaire. And now I show you all the result of the data analysis. From the session 1 you can observe that the 80% for the participant engaged during the initial interaction with the Pepper. Pepper feedback is so important in maintaining participant engagement and motivation, while in the session 2 and the session 3 all the participants are really engaged themselves in the learning process, and all the students understood the story data and they were able to identify them. In the session 4, Pepper continued feedback is so important to help all participants to understand the story, the data, and to find a solving strategy. You can observe that all students could able to solve the problem with the Pepper's feedback and motivation, above all from the participant 2 and the participant 4. Concerning the final questionnaire, almost all participants said that they enjoyed the activity and felt positive emotion. The following are some of participant responses concerning the activity and interaction with the Pepper, and from this response it is evident that the combine of storytelling and interaction with the Pepper is so important to increase participant engagement and enjoyment in doing math problem solving activities. Some of the students say that it was fun to do mathematics in this way. Our work shown that the use of social robot Pepper combined with the UDL principle has the potential to create more inclusive and accessible learning environments. By offering multiple modes of representation, substantial improvement in this aspect was observed in all participants, due in part to the use of a narrative approach. The use of real scenarios helped the participant to contextualize and understand the mathematical concept effectively. The implementation of dynamic, interactive, inclusive environment allowed participants to feel like part of the resolution process, and future research should explore larger and more diverse population over extended periods to validate and generalize these findings. Thank you for your attention.